Good evening, Periscope. This is Hare, broadcasting from my home office in Beverly, Massachusetts. I just did a scope earlier, but I have done it on the wrong account, so I have to do it for the Peak Performance headquarters. So this is Hare, and today is October 18, and the topic of this Periscope is about the tortoise and versus the hare. So good evening, everyone. My name is Hare. I am a co-founder of the Peak Performance HQ, and I also a published author and navigational coach. And I scope to connect with you, and I scope to make the difference. And more importantly, I scope to share the information with you and to inspire you. You see, most people know me as the evangelist for hope, because when I scope or when I speak, I deliver a message of hope and empowerment. Now, yesterday, my co-founder, Donna in the Black, she did a scope about the discipline. And today, I read it to my granddaughter, and we pick up the book, a fable of the story of the tortoise and the hare. And it's just like I have my own aha moment. See, most people know me that I do have a aha moment that I share with my viewer, but today I actually have my aha moment, because through the story, we all know that the tortoise has a painfully slow, and then the hare have a lightning the speed. And we all know the outcome. We know the outcome. The tortoise won the game. And why? Then what just happened here? And as I read it from my granddaughter, we just laughed. We just pointed out how silly the hare was, because. He running so fast, but because he just stopped by the side road and lean against the bark of the tree and fall asleep. And the tortoise, who is so disciplined, and he persevere, he keep on, with on his own speed, but he keep on going until he won the game. And and I just say, wow, how can we miss the opportunity to teach our children and our grandchildren one of the most valuable lessons? The lesson is the power of the discipline. And so today, when I have the assignment to do this scope, and I said I want to reiterate the idea of Donna, and she talking about discipline. So now I want to so that way I want to talk about the discipline of the two creature that who's so different, and to our dismay that the tortoise won the game. And so the reason is, if you look into it, the story, the talent, the gift, whatever that the hare had, it doesn't help him because he doesn't have the discipline. The tortoise, and on the hand, have the discipline, and he persevere, and he stay on course, and until he got to where he needed to, and we declare him as a winner of this game. Now, it not just on this story. If now I believe in. I read a lot of Napoleon Hill book, and Napoleon Hill is the gentleman who had devoted his life to study the principle of success for more than 25 years. And I think at one of the book that somebody asking him, through all the principle of success, what do you think, what is the most important? And Napoleon Hill said, discipline, of course, because if without discipline you cannot, even you have the talent, you have the determination, you have the intelligence, the gift, whatever that is. If you don't have the discipline to go to the ways, and that is anything else will be unrecognized. So that is how powerful that is. And for many times that I talking about Jim Rohn said that we all have to experience of the pain, the pain of discipline weigh ounces, and the pain of regret weigh tons. So when he said that something that if when you want to do something and you do it, because success cannot be achieved without somebody else sacrificing it. And let me read one of the Napoleon Hill quote. He said, "No man achieved great success with who is unwilling to make personal sacrifices." And the personal sacrifices is just like you have to, sometimes that you have to forego the instant gratifications. Having said that, let me tell you, I read the emotional intelligence of the author is Daniel Coleman, and in his book, and he's talking about the experiment of one of the preschooler, the teacher give the group of the children and the marshmallow, and he said that if you eat, you can eat it now, but if you wait, when I come back, I will give you double. So that means now they have one, but when he come back, if they have not eaten it yet, he will give them another one. That means two. So according to the study, they followed those kids, and they found out that the kids who go for the instant gratification, that means those kids who ate the marshmallow at that point, they somewhat is not as successful as the kids that who waiting for delayed their gratification. So they found that those kids they're doing very well, because that's one of the small skill. That this discipline to forego the instant gratification, and I like that. And what is discipline? Discipline is the ability to forego something instantly, something that you have the desire, you have the urge to have it now. But the discipline is you overcome that. You able to control your desire at that moment. And for instance, see for the people who at work, and then they decided that they cannot control the urge of to open the email and to check the email and everything, and when they have some work to do. And so that is, if they have the discipline, they can control the urge of open those mail and go for the project at hand. Or just like a lot of people, especially come to the dieting, like an extra slice of pizza, another slice of apple pie, and so sometimes that is you must have the discipline to say no to it. And the discipline is something that it acquires, something that you must have the desire, and you must have the determination and the commitment, and with time too, because with all the combination of the desire, determination, and commitment, and time is time is modified and alter all values. And especially when we're talking about the discipline, we're talking about how we overcome the test of time. And that is then that is the discipline. That's something that you don't born with the discipline, that you have to train yourself, and because you have to making the decisions. Do you want to have everything instantly, everything right now, or you can delay the gratification in order for you to have 2 times, 5 times, or 10 times as much. Sometimes people, they have the thing to do, and they find all the reason, to justify why they cannot do certain thing, or why they disciplined, and they other what they call the temptation and weak them at their knees. And Napoleon Hill said, success requires no explanation and failure promise no alibis. And I love that. And one thing that I also want to mention is, and I want to come out with that with a question to you as well. Now, my children, my grandchildren, they were young ages, and they have their goals, they have their dreams, and you cannot I cannot stop smiling because I listen to them. They so enthusiastic about the future, and the thing they're so excited they couldn't wait until they grow up in order for them to do the thing that they want to do. So my question for you is, what is that at night, what dream, what goal, what is something that you cannot wait to get up the next morning and to get to it? Because sometimes that you need to have that type of the motivational. You need to have the fire within, in order for you to feel like, wow, you couldn't wait to get up the next morning and to go out there to accomplish the thing that you set out to do. So the question is, we all have dream, and we all the people, we have our own desire, we have our own temptation, and the discipline is you able to control your temptation, and because the temptation is something that you want it now, but because you look into the future distance, if you hold up for now, you will have a better tomorrow. So just like anybody else, discipline is something that we have to work on. And let me tell you, at one point, you can feel like, wow, you on point, you really stay focused, you discipline and something like that. But that's a constant battle, because you have to constantly fight of the temptations. Because see, sometimes that we just want thing. We just if we can have it now, why not? Why waiting for tomorrow? Or somebody have a conversation. They said, they decided to eat a dessert first, because that's how they couldn't control they don't have the discipline to hold on. But see, for me, that if you have a dinner and you can eat a quality food and you can enjoy your meal, your dinner, and then the dessert come after, it's just like the reward. And sometimes somehow I think that I enjoy it more. So, but again, everybody have a different approach about that. But let me tell you this, having talked about discipline, and I will tell you that I am pretty much very disciplined, but it is just like a constant battle. I have to fight every day, because sometimes the girl just wants something and she just wants something. So that's what is my scope is about. That is inspired by my co-founder, who talking about discipline yesterday so eloquently, and today when I read for my granddaughter, and just like, wow, that's an aha moment for me. This is eye-opening for me, because sometimes talent is not count. Talent it didn't count, or the intelligence didn't count without discipline. You kind of forgo everything, because discipline is the one that keep you on going and get you to the finish line. So this is Hare. Thank you so very much for my live viewer. Thank you very much for the replay viewer, and thank you so much for the web viewer, and to my Twitter viewer. Until my next scope, I wish you well. Good night.